Hello everyone and welcome to O2's Inside Line. We are live from Twickenham. Yes! That feels good. It feels good, right? There you go. That's the O2 Blueroom. That's where we are. We're just outside the home of English rugby. We are outside Twickenham and I'm joined by Jonathan Joseph, ladies and gentlemen, and Rachel Burford. Oh, come on. Show your respect for some England internationals. Jonathan Joseph and Rachel Burford. Yes, nice. Before we get into the intricacies of today's game, we've got some breaking news. So the first thing we're going to do is put up today's squad. Let's take a look at the team against Tonga. So there are the forwards, there are the backs. The big news is, Jonathan, is that Owen Farrell isn't playing because he's tested positive for C19. What impact is that going to have on the team? Talk us through it, big guy.
I don't think it'll have too much impact, to be honest. I think Eddie's very good at manipulating sessions for things like this to happen. We've trained a lot in the past with red cards, yellow cards, different scenarios. What if our 9-10 goes off? Things like that. So the boys will be well prepped. It'll be quite exciting to see George go out there at 10. He's not played an awful lot there, I know. I know Northampton, maybe off the bench, he'll play a bit at 10. So a massive opportunity for him, I guess, today.
Does that add extra pressure that he's in a position that he's not necessarily played in a lot?
I think slightly, yeah. Let's be honest, slightly.
Because if it doesn't go well Sunday morning, Monday morning, he'll be like, oh, why did he play there? Well, you know what I mean? We'll get scrutinised is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, you're right. But if there was a game...
You're laughing, Rachel.
If there was a game, it's probably this one to bleed him
Good
into
point.
playing at fly half. So he's got a lot of experience around him as well, which will help massively. So I'm sure he'll go well today.
Rachel, that looks like it's a good mix of experience, veterans and young blood. Fresh meat.
Yeah, it does. It's pretty exciting, the young talent that's coming through. But as JJ just said there's plenty of experience out there. You've got British and Irish Lions out there, World Cup players. So they'll be able to look after those younger players coming through. That's what you do as an older player. You know, like,
Did you see the nudge? Did you see the nudge?
You look after those younger players and allow them to thrive in that environment. So I think it's pretty exciting.
What she went was, when you've got maturity, experience, confidence, energy. That's what she meant, Jonathan. I'll apologise for her because I know she won't. Rachel, that was literally threw him under the bus. Shots fired. We like that. Anyway, welcome both of you. So that's the breaking news. Owen isn't played. He's not in the squad. But also, more important than that, is we're live at Twickenham in front of more than 80,000 fans. And it's good to be back, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to be back. We're moving forward. Rachel, that energy from the crowd here at Twickenham is massive, isn't it?
Oh, it's huge. Like, I don't think you really understand how much it lifts the team. Like when there's a big tackle or a big break or, suddenly you score a try, it roars and it lifts you as a side. So when you're down and out, it can lift you. But also when you're on the momentum front foot, the noise of the crowd just gives you an extra level. And I know it's cliche, but it really is like having another 80,000 people on the pitch with you. So, yeah, really great to be back in, live sport, back with all the fans. It feels good.
Jonathan, as a mature player, just tell us...
Just to clarify, I put myself in that bracket as well. I wasn't just selling you out there.
Just tell us your experience of playing here at Twickenham, because you do get emotional. We've seen it. I've seen it personally about playing in front of so many fans, and it does give you that extra gear, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely does. And I think what I really noticed during COVID was when you're out there on the pitch and all these special moments happen, you're winning some fantastic games, you want to be able to share it with as many people as possible, and not having that actually was a massive loss. So to get that back is unbelievable. I'm sure the boys are going to run out there today in the warm-up and they're just going to feel that instant energy, that instant buzz, and it's huge for a player. It's huge. It's why we play the game. We want to play in front of as many people as possible because it brings out the best in us.
Courtney Laws is captain. Let's talk about that. That's huge. That's huge. A big force, big man, is the captain of our squad.
Titan. Great for Courtney. Such a good player. Sort of always been under the radar a little bit in terms of his performance, but I think he's been such a great England player over the years, and Northampton, obviously a Lion as well. He's a great bloke on and off the field, so he thoroughly deserves it. I'm very happy for him.
His physicality, he's a real statement impact player, isn't he? And, you know, you can't keep your eye off him once he gets going.
No, and he always has really big moments, like the big hit to get a turnover, or he's like a real noise in around the breakdown. Like, he's a key player generally for the squad, and I mean, I don't know him personally, but I assume that he's a massive leader by example. So for his leadership, I expected probably just to go out there and be as physical as he normally is, and, you know, make some big plays for England.
This is the first of our autumn internationals. What do you think Eddie's going to want from this game moving forward?
Obviously a good start. We always talk about the start, and
why do we always end up starting talking?
You don't want to
about
go
the
into a
start?
game like with it all being messy, and then you're having to chase it, and then you're looking for that continuity of your phase play or what have you. So the start is imperative. It sets the marker out, and then you push on
it's
from
interesting
there.
because we do have that slow start. It seems to be part of our squad now. And I think personally that's why the finishers have become a thing. Because we start slow, bring these guys on, we'll end fast. Do you know what I mean? It's bizarre what we've become.
Yeah, I think you've got to look at the context of how the game is as well. Like, everyone's fresh at the start of the game. It's harder to break down defences, things like that. That's probably why England have tended to kick quite a lot. And that's maybe why he calls them finishers, because at that point they may be coming on and we're probably not going to kick as much. We're going to try and run it a bit more.
This Tongan team, they're big lads. They're a brutal force. That physicality is something that we have to learn to play against, and this is a great squad because we've got Australia and we've got South Africa coming up. This is a great team to start getting stuck into these Tongans.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you touched on it there, the physicality and the presence that Tonga can bring will be something that England need to match up very early on. The brute force that they'll have, they've got to be able to front up to that, especially what's coming down the line. So it's a big test for them to mark their dominance in a defensive set and to stop Tonga from playing.
We've spent some time in Jersey as well as Pennyhill Park, the training camp. Let's take a look at this picture. This picture, for us mere mortals, just makes you feel so inferior, inadequate, weak. I can't think of any more words to make me feel more depressed, I'll be honest with you. I mean, just look at Sam Underhill's shoulders. They're outrageous, right? And the one thing that stands out in this picture is Manu Tuolangi looking absolutely beastly. He's leaned out a bit, Johnny.
Yeah, he's. I think at the end of last season he played against Exeter. And I think him and Van Resbergen had a chat and said we're unfit and we need to shred down. And fair play to him. He spent the whole summer shredding down, and I've never seen an ab on Manu before. So, so fair play to him.
What do you think this new... I was going to... No, that's stupid. This new physical Manu. I mean, he's a physical beast anyway. But what do you think this... Will this change his game? What will this add, or what will it take away?
I don't think it'll take away anything. If anything, it'll just... I think we'll just see more of an impact throughout the full 80 minutes. He'll be fitter. He'll be slightly lighter, so he'll probably be a little bit quicker as well. I'm massively excited to see how he goes today, and I think Eddie spoke about potentially playing this new style where we hold the ball a little bit more. The more we can get the ball in his hand, the better we're going to be.
Let's talk about our wingers. Johnny May, obviously absolutely rapid, but also the addition of Adam Radwan as well. We have got two lightning bolts on the outside of this squad, and to have that speed on the outside just gives us an extra dimension, right, Rach?
Yeah, it's really exciting. I mean, Radwan's kind of burst on the scene in the summer, had a really good debut, and he's been playing really well at club as well, obviously. But to knowing that you've got those threats outside, then that does something to a defence as well. So they then start questioning what's going to happen on the outside channels, and then that could leave some space through the middle. But if they stay tightened up, you know, Johnny May and Radwan don't need much of an opportunity or an invitation towards that try line. So Tonga are going to have their work cut out on the edges.
Jonathan, apparently Adam has put in a time faster than Johnny. Johnny's going to hate that.
That'll be playing on his mind all week. Like, all week. That kind of stuff really gets to him. So hopefully it doesn't affect his performance today, but I'm sure we'll see Johnny flying down the wing, whether he's got the ball or hasn't, to try and prove a point.
just to get his stats up
GPS.
for tomorrow morning. See who ran the fastest. All right, we've got some questions from a few fans here in the O2 Blueroom. I'm just going to shuffle through the cards. The first one, well, they're all for both of you, but Johnny, if you could start off. Who was your favourite player when you were young? This one's from Niall.
My favourite player was Jason Robinson. What a legend, yeah, legend. Fantastic footwork, broke the game up, had obscene amount of X factor, yeah.
I was at sixth form in Wigan during the Wigan Warriors. Well, they weren't the Wigan Warriors then, but during Wigan's peak. Andy Farrell, Jason Robinson, Martin Afire. What a squad. And I tell you what, Friday night in the Bee's Knees, you didn't go anywhere near it. Rachel, who was your favourite player when you were young?
So not many women were on TV back then. Well, there wasn't any. So I used to actually support Mick the Munch. Mickey Skinner, I think it may have been his hair, maybe. But I used to watch him when I was little at the rugby club, watching Six Nations. Just used to always hear him making the big tackles, and everybody on the commentary team being like Mick the Munch, and that just kind of made me draw me to him.
But it's great that that we now have this opportunity to show girls women's rugby, and girls can now have icons that they can follow and admire to get involved in the game. So the women's game is progressing every single week, it seems.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really vital that we have female role models. There's lots of women in here today. I'm sure that you don't want to just be watching men's rugby, so it's vitally important. And it's great to see that, everybody's really taking a step forward with that.
Yeah, it's brilliant. This one's from Chris. Oh, this is a good one. Favourite stadium to play in and the best or worst team to play against?
So my best team to probably play against is the Black Ferns. We always have fierce rivalry against them. We've always gone 1 and 2 against each other many a times, but it's always such a physical encounter. And for me, I'd say Twickenham. Twickenham is genuinely one of the best places to play as an England player, for sure.
I bet. Deep in thought there, Jonathan.
Yeah, it's a tough one. There's so many places you can name, but I think the one that stands out for me was playing in Wales, Principality, Friday night, roof closed, unbelievable game. And playing against Wales, who, they obviously hate us. All that. But yeah, to win over there in that sort of setting was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a class stadium, that,
yeah,
isn't it? It really is good. Third question from Luke Smith. Good one. Physical fitness is a big thing at the moment, as is our mental well-being. But what do you eat before a game? What meal preps you for the game ahead, Rach?
It all depends on the time, but probably first up would be, I normally go for peanut butter. Peanut butter in a wrap does me fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Jonathan?
Probably like a spaghetti bolognese.
That simple. Carbs, bit of protein.
Carbs, protein, probably garlic bread as well.
Ooh,
bit of
does
cheese on there.
You?
Huh?
Does that not repeat on you? Ooh.
What do you have the night before? What did you carb?
Oh, that's my night before. You want the day of, do you?
Yeah, what do you...
Like beans on a bagel. Beans
Really?
Toast, yeah.
So not...
Bagels are very good carbs.
You play light, like you don't fill up your belly?
Yes.
Interesting. Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a big round of applause. Jonathan Joseph and Rachel Burford. The big question is, let's get your prediction before we leave, before we say goodbye to internet. Rachel, what do you think?
I'm going for an England win and double figures.
Double figures could be 11. You do realise that. We want more than 11. Jonathan?
58-7.
All right, 58-7. I think we'd be happy with that, wouldn't we? 58 points on the board, concede 7 only. Nice, we'll take that. OK, I'm going to read this because it's really important. Thank you very much. Really appreciate your time. O2 Inside Line Live will be back after the game. Thank you very much for joining us. Check out our social content because it's really important that we get the numbers up. Like and all that palaver, double tap. I don't know what you do, what social media you're on. But yeah, give us a thumbs up. And we will be back after the game right here with some guys who've played in the game, and we'll get a review of what's happened, and hopefully we'll be celebrating a victory with your good selves. So we'll see you then, and keep your eye on all our socials. Bye for now.
Eddie Jones here. Welcome to Series 4 of Next Level. I hope you enjoy the coverage, and we're delighted to give you a bit of an insight into England rugby team.